It's incredible. It's the perfect size, the size of a football. Soup for my family. It's unbelievable.
So you just like grew it out right away as soon as you knew you could
as soon as
do
I
it?
could grow facial hair,
Yeah.
I didn't look back.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, hey, look at us. We're back.
Hey,
It's the Soupcasts featuring your family, John and John, in the evening on a Sunday afternoon. Evening is also afternoon. Afternoon's not a great descriptor.
No, I mean, yeah, anything. I guess before noon would be 12 to 12. Then for the other 12 hours, it's just afternoon.
I guess that's when it starts, is midnight. Now it's night, no longer noon. So morning is actually night also. Well, that logic doesn't add up as much.
No, I think you're going off the rails already, buddy.
Off the rails. This is fun. People like to hear a little bit of chatter. It's great.
Chit chat.
This is all I've been thinking about all day, was specifically talking about what afternoon means.
Yeah.
But what does it really mean?
What does
it really
that conceivably mean?
Who knows, other than John Schreck and John Holmes, the host of this podcast, Soup for My Family. That's what it's called.
Follow us on Soup for Family on Instagram, and
yeah, like us and subscribe and give us the 5 stars. Only 5. If there's any less stars,
if there's less
I
stars,
will find you.
Yeah, John will hunt you down, and I will kill you.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole. It's kind of like how they raise the cattle in South America. They ship it to China to package it.
Yeah.
And slaughter it, and then they send it back, and they send it to the U.S. And that's kind of the same thing, where I'll find the person, tie them up, send them to you.
Yeah.
You'll do the dirty deed.
Mm-hmm. Sounds perfect.
And this is all on recording, so that we are
complicit
guilty
in a crime.
This was planned out. This was not an accident.
This is not an accident, just because I'm an idiot to say this in the mic. John, what you sipping on?
Well, okay, so I've got 2 things. I haven't tried my alcoholic thing. This is just a seltzer.
Okay.
And then we got an alcoholic seltzer, John. We got the big ass White Claw Surge.
You got this. I haven't seen that anywhere. The
again, maybe
White Claw or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the double percentage, but it's also like double. It's like double the calories.
Oh,
so it's like,
man,
I don't know.
And
the last White Claw I wasn't a fan of. I used to love White Claw, and now I've had like all these different like local ones, which turn out are better. And so I'm gonna let's give it a try. Paige just tried it and she hated it. So
all right, wait your
blood orange. It's fine. It definitely tastes like if you make like a vodka drink a little bit too strong.
Yeah.
You're like, there's sweetness in there, but there's still a little bit of an unpleasant bite. Because whiskey, I like the bite of whiskey. You know, that's nice. You exhale through your mouth. It makes it like something. But I mean, vodka is the worst. Vodka is terrible.
Vodka is not great for taking shots of. I don't know how people can shoot vodka. It tastes like nothing, and it just burns.
Yeah, but it does taste. It's got its own taste, and it's not good. I guess it's just like the grain or whatever.
I can't taste.
Or the potato. It does taste like potatoes, which you'd think I'd like, because that's all I eat.
Yeah, you're an Irishman.
I might have some Irish. The hue of my skin leads me to believe that I'm probably somewhat Irish, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You're not? Who knows? You look
dirty
Irish,
European.
You look like a dirty Irishman.
Can I call myself a Mick? You said I'm Irishman, so
yeah.
We've already said things that are going to get us in trouble when we were famous in 45 years.
John McShrek.
McShrecken.
Well, I am sipping on this.
Oh,
Topo Chico seltzer.
Yes, was from what I was planning. The last episode. Live in the Chill Hang room, I was thinking that was going to be the episode sponsored by Topo Chico Seltzers. It was not. It was overshadowed by the strongest margaritas that I've had in my entire life.
Hell yeah.
Was it evident, listeners? Was it evident how trashed we got? I feel like it didn't really hit me until afterwards.
Really?
And I realized how wasted that pitcher got me.
Yeah, dude. I watched that episode again, and I was just like, oh man, I can see me going down rapidly towards the end. Just flailing about in the ocean, almost in the ocean of alcohol, just like, oh, you'll save me. No, wait, don't.
It was also funny because, all right, so for those of you who weren't there, which is everybody that's listening, nobody, Sarah was there. So again, I don't know if we need to even explain this.
Yeah.
She saw it. Paige saw it. She's not a listener, but she witnessed it. But all the other people who were listening, what happened was afterwards, I decided to start editing right away, right there in the chill hang room, and then we moved into the other room because we were going to watch a movie. I don't even remember. I legitimately don't remember after the recording. I remember having my laptop on me and I was doing shit, and like the most basic functions I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't drag a file from one folder to another, and so that's the level that those pitch. Is that what she feeds you every time she makes you a drink?
Yeah. A whole picture of it. Why do you think I got the best wife on the planet?
I mean, you did. She's quite a host, and also it didn't. This White Claw tastes like it has more alcohol in it than those margaritas did.
I know, right?
I'm sure I cheersed Sarah when we hung out the 2 days later for the very strong margarita. But cheers yet again, because it was cheers to Sarah for everything.
Yeah, it's rude not to cheers and then not take a drink, John Shrek.
Yeah, I almost did. That's how narcissistic I am. I made it about me. Mm-hmm. Which it always is.
It always
by the way.
is.
Always has been.
John.
Well, you and I did hang out on Tuesday because that show got canceled. That was a bummer. I don't know. Do we? I feel like it's been so long since we chatted. What do we want to talk about? We were supposed to. We promoted the show.
Yeah.
Last week. Hope you didn't show up because it didn't. Well, it didn't happen if you showed up because it rained or was gonna rain, or there was a fear of rain, and comedy shows get rained out now. Fear of rain. It's understandable. Comedy shows are not above Major League Baseball. They get rained out all the time. So we just got to suck it up.
Suck it up and suck it in.
And we're not getting paid either way, so it's fine.
No. Never get paid. Because that's what a communist society believes in. No money.
Yeah. Convenient that you're buying things as someone who's a communist, don't you? So you're at Kroger buying food.
Oh, wow. That's so hilarious. You're a communist, but you actively exchange in a capitalist system. Wow.
Hypocrite. Hypocrite much?
Wow.
You disagree with the U.S. government, yet you're running for president? Hypocrite. You don't like the government, but you want to be the government? Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
You can't build an entire party and political ideology around that idea.
No. And then
that's psychotic.
Take down America.
Oh, no. Almost had a tragedy. Hang on. I was trying to just shift something, and then my oh boy. Can you hear me?
I can still hear you.
All right. USB almost got unplugged. The computer almost face planted. It's all right. We're good. Yeah. We weren't talking about anything important anyways.
Hell yeah.
We're keeping it in, too. Technical difficulties are my favorite part of podcasts. I love it.
Leave it in. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Do not take that out.
Do not pull out.
Leave it in until it's soft.
Yeah. Leave it in until she says, "Are you still in me?" and then you can't respond because you're already asleep.
Yeah. On top. Ugh, yikes.
Yeah. She's just struggling to breathe right now.
I don't agree with anything that's happening right now.
Okay, mister. You obviously haven't made love to a woman.
That's right. And I never will.
Yeah. I'm a virgin too. Proud virgin.
Never said anything about that, but
Well, I am.
I don't actually like that word.
I'm a married virgin, John Shrek.
That's hot. I like that.
You know what that means, right? I'm saving myself for Jesus.
You're saving yourself to get married. You're supposed to get married in a church. If you don't get married in a church, you can't have sex.
Oh.
Still a sin.
I got married in the courthouse. I still haven't had sex because I'm saving myself for death.
Nice.
I want Jesus to be the first one to take my cum.
I mean, there's other ways to make that happen. I don't think you have to wait for death. I think that's
Yeah, I
you
know another guy named Jesus that might take it.
Nice.
I might have to bribe him a little bit, slip him some condoms.
Grease those palms.
Grease
Grease
the
those
palms
palms.
and
If they're not,
and my dick.
if they're not greasy enough already.
Never.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
You lube up your dick for when you have intercourse, don't you?
Oh, okay.
No, you
again
don't.
wouldn't know, and I never will know. I refuse to know.
Man,
that's my policy on everything. I refuse to understand. Like, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
It's amazing to me. Speaking of that ideology of of it, it always amazes me like how people can be, how there's a section of this of people that are like proud idiots,
Anyone with a Confederate flag on their car.
Yeah. I mean, to simplify it, but I mean, like they're like proud to be racist and dumb and backwards.
Yeah.
But
Do you have an example?
I mean, yeah. Well, okay. The example would just be like
name names.
George Bush, motherfucker.
HW or just one? Just the no H.
G-Dub.
G-Dib.
G-Dub.
My favorite.
Yeah, he was the one that got us into all those great wars.
I like every single one of them. I mean, we've been in Afghanistan for 72 years, and I support it.
And look at Afghanistan now. The height of popularity and efficiency. It's just such a great country to visit and hang out at. The pools in Afghanistan. Oh my God. The pools they have over there. The luxury condos.
Those are puddles full of opium from the poppies.
Oh, is that why I like going over there that much?
Yeah, I think they put it. You know how they put fluoride in the water here?
Yeah.
They do that there with the water, and I mean, again, it's a smart move. It'll get people drinking more water. Also, get a lot of people dying when they start lacing it with fentanyl because they can't afford the poppies. They got to ship those poppies out. So,
hey man, I'll take all those poppies they don't want. I'm
poppies,
trying to build
poppers.
a business.
I'll do it all. I'm not hearing it, so I think we're good.
I did it all by myself.
And I can hear you great, so fantastic. So we were at like 1722. I'm going to write it down so I remember.
That's smart. I don't write. I can't write because, I never learned.
Dyslexia.
Yeah, and, I mean, dyslexia, body dyslexia, all of it.
Dysmorphia. You got to get it right, John. You can't just be talking about. You can't be talking about stuff you don't know about.
Man, but I'm a proud ignorant. Ignoramus.
That's good. At least you identify as something, and at least you're proud about it. It is Pride Month, John.
Yeah, it is Pride Month, John. Welcome to Pride, bitches.
Okay, that's offensive. You can't use that voice, John.
What voice? My voice?
The one you just used. You know the one. You know the one, John.
How about that? What if I said like this? Hey, it's Pride, bitches.
That works.
Okay, that's exactly what I said before.
You hit that S a little bit hard, okay? I'm just trying to be a good ally, and I don't appreciate...
You're being a bad friend right now and a bad co-host.
I'd rather be a good ally because that's what's going to keep me from losing potential, television work in the future.
Yes, you're going to get all the TV work.
Work it out.
Work it out. Work it up.
Oh, shit. I lost it. I thought of a funny thing to say when we were talking about religion or something before, and I lost it. Were we talking about religion? Maybe I was just thinking of bringing it up. Yeah, with all that stuff. Anyways, it's gone. Like a lot of things. I do that a lot where I'll think of something, I'm like, man, that's funny. I better remember it. I will.
Nope.
Didn't. It's gone. Entire album's worth, John.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot towards bed, I'd be like, "Oh, that's a funny tweet. Let's tweet that." And I'm like, I don't want to roll over and get my phone out. And I was like,
blue
"Oh, I
li-
remember this joke."
blue light's gonna wake me up. I can remember it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then the times that I do remember to do it, I look back at it later. I'm like, you were just high. That's not funny at all.
You're just
Just felt profound when your brain was a little goofy.
yeah. Right.
But sometimes it makes for good shit.
Have you ever had a tweet go viral?
No, dude.
Man.
I really haven't.
I don't understand what what makes a viral tweet. 'Cause some people will just be like, some people will post like very intelligent and articulate thoughts on Twitter, and that'll go viral. And then another person's just like, "Man, my mama's hair smells like bacon," and then that'll go viral, and it doesn't make any
60
sense.
million retweets.
Yeah,
You know, it's it is because I don't know. You have to be your own biggest fan if you're a comedian because if you're not, no one else is gonna be.
Yeah.
Probably, and that's definitely how I feel on Twitter because I'm like, man, this is gonna be it. I think this is gonna be the one, and then it gets one like, and it was the Jokelahoma page, which thank you, love that.
Yeah,
But even here's how like I guess unlikable my vibe is on Twitter is that they'll retweet that stuff and at best it'll get like 3 or 4 likes. I'm like, damn.
yeah. That's
Again,
wild.
this is compelling content talking about the kind of likes we get on Twitter.
Hey,
But
man, if I get over 5 likes, I'm like, I'm set for a week.
if I even get 5, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm riding
went-
that high horse all the way to hell.
Yeah, I had one that went viral. 15 likes, not a single retweet.
Whoa.
That's big for me. That's big in my life. That's
Yeah.
huge, enormous.
The most likes I think I've got was like 150 on a tweet,
Nice.
but that's not even close to being viral. You know?
I think the tweets that I've got the most likes on ever have been replies to tweets that got big.
Yeah.
Those get infinitely more reaction because people actually see them. You know, like I don't know how many followers I have. It's less than 1,000, which is not great. But I suck. So good.
Oh yeah, but
Good.
I'm with you. I'm at like 750 or something like that. I mean, I've been on Twitter since like I think we
It started
last time since like 2027.
Yeah. 07. 07. Right when it started. Before Trump even got on there. I don't know when he got on.
All right. It was like 2008 or 07, I believe. When I got
2008er, 59er.
1,000 likes or 1,000 followers. So you know what
Yeah.
that means? Nobody likes me.
That's right. No, I think the ones that like I actually tweeted out that got the most were when I was doing shit for the Kucinich campaign like 2 or 3 years ago. And the campaign would retweet stuff that you put out there. And those got a lot of likes, but again, that's just like you're part of something that you're not. It's not about you, which is what this is about, John. I don't care about the people of Ohio having health care. I care about this video getting more than 7 views.
Yeah,
that's what I really care about.
You're just transplanting your hope for fame from Twitter to Zoom.
Absolutely. Probably going to cut all of this out. This is just a snooze festival.
All right, motherfucker. I'm the only one talking. How about you talk?
No, that's all. No, I'm saying the shit that I'm saying is bad. I'm talking about my likes and my fucking whatever. All right, so here I'll talk about this because I haven't talked to anybody about it. Last Friday, got on 3 shows in Cincinnati. Got to do 3 sets in one night, which was amazing. But preceding that, came a second inches away from getting T-boned like at probably 50 miles an hour.
Damn.
Over almost the north side, and it was goddamn. It's still fucking with me. Like I'm like when I lay down and like try to go to sleep, I'm thinking about that shit. It was scary, man. It was. I know it wasn't a wreck, and no wreck actually happened, but it was like I pulled out, so we're trying to go left onto a busy road. People are
Yeah.
flying around this corner. There's a building there, so it's kind of a blind corner. It's
Yeah.
2 lanes. We're going left, and I'm like, all right, we're clear on the left. On the right, there's no cars coming, so I'm just gonna gun it and just get out of the way. And like as soon as I gunned it, a car came. It was like coming so fast. I was like, I know I'm not gonna pass it. So I slammed on my brakes, and all the other cars behind that car stopped, fortunately.
Oh wow.
And that car, like, you know, kind of swerved past us and just kept flying on by. And then I just gunned it to get back in there. But, you know, me and Paige were in the car together, and I'm getting my heart's racing just thinking about it, talking about
dude.
it.
That's scary.
It was insane. And then literally 5 minutes later, I'm at Urban Art. We're in Urban Artifact, seeing our friends Max and Georgia for the first time since, you know,
Oh, you did.
since we moved. Yeah. We grabbed the drink, and we didn't even talk about it. I was like, my adrenaline was like at level 1,000. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's live our lives and not dwell on what just happened. But it's there. And how I wanted to frame this was, one, so grateful to like be able to just like hang out, because we were on our way to meet our friends.
Yeah.
And so just felt grateful to get to fucking do that, because we almost didn't. Like, if I hadn't hit my brakes, if I had decided, no, we're going through this, over, you know?
Yeah.
At least the night is over or worse. But so grateful to get to spend time with friends like that. And then also to get to go do 3 sets.
Yeah, dude.
And like, I'm in a mindset of like, might have just died. Could have died just now. Maybe I did, and this is like on a TV show where it happens and you don't know, and you're having the best night of your life, and all of a sudden you realize that you're in heaven. I think about that a lot, actually. I know it's not real, but but that was definitely like, I felt very grateful to be able to like not dwell on what just happened, and like in a lot of ways just kind of be forced to get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
Get over it. Get your mind. You got to keep, because, you know, I also had to keep thinking about like what my set's going to be, making sure that like I don't fuck it up, because I don't want to waste my fucking night.
No.
Especially after that happening. So it was like definitely a wild mentality to be in. And then the first show at the first show at Comet in their back patio alleyway thing, and it went fine. You know, it's an outside show, and with the added bonus of the cicada hissing. So you can hear the PA, the PA, you can, right. It is better than a cricket. But it feels like a cricket, and it just makes it hard to hear people laughing even more than outside usually does, because there's just a constant, it's like a white noise machine. You just can't hear anything over it. But this is something that I had never done before, which was, that show started at like 8 or 7:30. Chameleon started at 7. They were both supposed to start at 7. So I went up second, did my set, literally ran to my car, drove around the block, and then back down to Chameleon, parked, ran to Chameleon, and literally like Cal Jansen was up before me.
Yeah, that was.
And he was on, and I was like, all right, he was right before me in line, so it didn't, because I was afraid, just the timing. I thought I was going to be late, and I was going to feel like a shithead, because, you know, Blake, you know, put me on the show, and I'm like, God damn, I don't want there to be one less comedian on this 10 comic show. Now there weren't 10, there was like 8 guys. Yeah. And it also, I just like, I didn't even get a chance to grab a drink or anything. It was just like, all right, he like wrapped up his set, and then I ran up there, and it felt good. It was like the best.
You crushed both times that night.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I mean, you were fucking fire.
I felt that early show set is like the best I've felt doing a set in like a long time, because shit was hitting, and I felt loose, and I was just like kind of fucking around, and it just felt fucking great, man. It felt so good.
You were loose. You were good. I thought you would be a lot like, but you were also, you could see that the nervousness of trying to get there, because you were like all over the stage. You were just amped up, you know. But that's also that. I mean, it turned out fine.
No, it was See, all it turns out that for me to be on top of my game, all it needs to happen is I need to almost die and then have 2 beers and also like have an okay set
Yeah.
10 minutes before and then go. So
Yeah.
that's like I've literally never like done a set and then 15 minutes later literally be on stage again doing a set. It felt good. I was like, God damn, be nice to be able to do that.
Makes you feel
Too bad
like
I'm not
a
good
New
enough.
Yorker.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 11 years in, the first time I ever feel like a real comic. That's not true. I felt like a real comic many times, just not recently, you know. Definitely feel like an open micer now because that's like who I'm doing shows with. And it's great. I'm having a blast. I'm bombing all the time. Not bombing. It's in front of little crowds. But it's like, it's really making me appreciate the good stage time, you know,
Yeah.
in a way that I think that have not in a long time because especially I was running like a show at Myrtle's and like that was taking a lot of my focus and like I wasn't going out to I wasn't hitting mics like that kind of like, I was like, this is the show and this is what I'm worried about. And it made me like less hungry for stage time somehow. And now I'm like doing like, you know, shitty open mics at bars where you can smoke inside still.
Oh my God, really?
Well, Georgia, it's legal. There's not a ton of bars,
Are
I
you
don't think,
kidding
that
me?
allow it.
Georgia, you
But
can
yeah,
still smoke inside. Yeah.
a show you've probably heard of. I don't. So it just it's called Star Bar. That's like one of the. It's like the biggest, probably the biggest show in Atlanta.
Yeah. I know
And that
Star
bar, at least the only time that I've been there, it was smoking. You could smoke in there. That was like 3 years ago. So maybe it's changed, especially with COVID. But I wouldn't be surprised if you could still smoke in there.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, smoking is still a thing. I don't think I've gone to any restaurants and they ask smoking or none. I kind of forgot about that as a concept.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that in restaurants, but bars I think you can still smoke.
Yeah,
What a place.
hell yeah. Freedom of choice, baby.
That's the real freedom, smoking inside.
Yeah.
And you know when you walk into a bar that they're smoking inside, you're like, okay, the staff has all had COVID at least twice.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
COVID, probably a little emphysema, probably some hepatitis B or C also.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of that going on. And also, so this bar, it was on Monday night. I won't name the place. It doesn't matter. But it's out here in the suburbs. And I mean, they've got, you ever walk, you walk into a bar and you're like, this is a cocaine bar. There's cocaine in this bar. Everyone knows each other because they all do cocaine together, right? I felt like that was.
We do.
It's your bar? Oh man, I didn't know.
Yeah, subscribe to the newsletter.
I have so many filters set up on my email that like nothing can get through. Oh, baby.
So what were you saying? So it was just a Coke bar?
I mean, that's just how it felt. There's just like the vibe of it. Like I think you can imagine the kind of place that it was. Smoking inside and yeah. A lot of like
mirrors,
gambling machines, like video screen, like gambling machines.
Yeah.
It's like Las Vegas, but in Marietta.
Hell yeah.
It's wild. Wild time. Never going back. Definitely you ever go to an open mic and you're like, I don't need to go back to that. That was not worth my time.
The the only place I can think about that is probably RP McMurphy's, and I knew
that's what you were gonna say. I knew that's what you were gonna say.
So no, I don't know what that's like. I'm addicted to the craft.
But this is how I feel now. It's like you can talk. It's easy to talk shit about like the open micers or whatever, and like, I keep talking about this because I always feel this, but like to have been doing this for so long, I've never made a big break. I've done some cool shit and it's been fun, but like, who am I? I'm nobody.
Yeah.
This is a new city, and I'm not too big for any fucking stage or stage time. I could certainly go in with that attitude and never get on anything ever. But it's like fun. Like I probably won't go back to that bar, but am I glad I went? Yeah, because it was fun for what it was. There was 2 people watching and enjoying it, and they were sitting right up front. and they were a little bit chatty, like with the comedians, which like that's fun because it wasn't like combative. It was just like they're just whatever, they're drunk. But then there's also like a corner of people that were like heckling some of the comedians and just like being shitty. Or like if a comedian talked about something they didn't like, they're like, no, make jokes about that. Like, it was fucked, dude. But the point is, like, I'm glad that I went to it because of the experience, and like I got to run a set, and it's worth it. Am I gonna go back?
Yeah.
No, because there's other probably better stage time. So I'm going to, but a guy came up to me after my set there. I went up like second. Guy came up, asked me to do a show on Friday.
Nice.
And it was like the Friday show is basically an open mic that he just like asks people to come do and like post about it in certain spots, but it's not like a sign up thing.
Oh, okay.
I think he's
So
basically
it's a
trying to keep
showcase of open micers.
It's yes. I mean, yes, it is. But in my mind, I was like, I don't know how many people are going to show up to this thing. Like, great opportunity to just run some time. Maybe I'll get to do a longer set because there's not a lot of comics at it.
Yeah.
There was like 8 comics. Did like 7-8 minutes. Did old stuff. It's the conceit of the show is that it's comedy practice. Comics are doing their new material, and all of the brand new comedians that were also on the show were doing brand new material. And I did a bit from 11 years ago.
Oh yeah. Gotta keep it fresh.
It's the same, and also
They don't
like
know.
I told they don't know, and that's a better use of my time. Like first of all, I haven't been writing bits. I haven't. Whatever. It's gonna happen eventually. That definitely makes me feel like I've stagnated because I'm not really doing new. I'll like throw in some new lines and bits and stuff, so that's still something. But I still have this constant fraud complex of like, you're not writing new material, you suck.
Yeah.
And you're not trying new material, you suck.
Yeah.
And the you suck part is true.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's me yelling it in your ear.
Yeah, it's you, it's Josh O'Neill, it's every person that I've ever respected or loved.
I mean, I understand that mentality. During the quarantine, I wasn't coming up with new bits really, so I just went back to my old notebooks from like 9-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, 9 years ago I think is when I first got a new notebook, an actual notebook to write bits down and stuff.
Do you feel like your brain operates differently now than it did when you started in terms of like thinking of stuff? Because I feel like when I started, I was always coming up with ideas for bits.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, when you're starting out, like year and a half, 2 years in, you should be writing like, I mean, you should be, as comedians, we should be writing every day, but like, I mean, if you're just starting out, dude, everything, oh, maybe this could be a joke. Maybe that could be a joke. Maybe this, I just had a weird interaction at McDonald's. Maybe that can be a joke. And it's like,
yeah.
But then you start doing it for longer and you realize not everything has to be a joke.
You'll see something and it'll happen. And you're like, that could be, it's not even
stupid.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not. That's a throwaway line on a podcast. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So everything that I do here is thoughts that I have, and I'm like, that's not going to be a bit. And that's something. So I was saying that it was much more constructive for me to do what I did at this open mic, which is an old bit that I haven't done a lot over the past year plus, and try to work it out and try to improve it. Because I do think of new lines for these bits, and I like by the time I actually do them in a feature set, I don't want to throw them in because it fucks with the pattern. You know. So like this is an opportunity for me to feel revitalized in doing these old bits at open mics because no one's seen them before, and they're old to me. No one knows. No one fucking knows.
Nobody.
And it's also not fresh. Like, it's not fresh, so I got to like keep it rolling. Otherwise, it's gonna suck. Which is why like the joke like is not doing that well because I don't hit the patterns the way that I used to. So I'm like I got to get that back. So like that's a good use of my time. Meanwhile, all these newer, and again, like we're talking like comics that I didn't realize until I said it, but they're like 3 months in. I was like, oh God, wow, that's brand fucking new.
Yeah.
So they're like just throwing out, like you were just talking about, like any fucking dumb thought they had in their mind that they wrote down in their notebook, and they're doing these things. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so this is something that you learn over time of like, that's not a joke that I would ever try at an open mic because I know it's never going to be a bit.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's dumb because sometimes I'll see something not work at an open mic, and then 3 months later, someone is doing the same bit that I thought was stupid, and it's fucking killing. So like maybe that's a limiting thought, but at the same time, I think there is some you like sift through it a little bit better, and you have an idea of what's worth investing time and stage time into.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, if it's an open mic, dude, just fucking rail with it, go with it. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If it's a show, dude, don't throw your half-assed thought in there. Do your time if you're getting a little money at the time.
Yeah.
You know? But if it's an open mic, dude, just rail with it. Go with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ham. Who cares?
Ham it up.
But I mean, that's what's so hard about comedy is that there are no like explicit rules, of how to make it. Before, when it was like, you had to get on Carson. If he invited you over to the couch, you made it. You were set.
You really fucking made it.
Yeah, you were set. But
now you can just have a couple viral videos.
Yeah.
And then you book a nationwide tour and you don't know how to perform on stage and it's terrible. And then you lose all the goodwill that you garnered with your funny video.
Yeah.
No, it is. Like there's a million different ways to make it. And there's not one way that's guaranteed even a little bit. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Nothing's a guaranteed way to make it anymore.
Yeah. But I have been enjoying like talking to some of these comedians. They're like 3 months in, and they're like, yeah, I started like 3 months ago. How long you been doing it? And I'm like, since 2010, and providing no more context. Just like, I'm hanging out at this open mic, and I've been doing it for this long. They're either going to be motivated as fuck. They're like, I'm not going to be this guy hanging out at this open mic 11 years into comedy. Fuck that. Or, shit, this never does get better. That guy was pretty funny. What the fuck? Either way, a funny, hopefully it motivates them. But
yeah. Hopefully we motivate people.
Yeah, motivate and inspirate and masturbate.
Yeah, all of them. Hopefully
only with consent.
Jerk off people.
We're not trying to Louis C.K. up here.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to jerk myself off. I'm trying to jerk them off.
Psychically.
Yeah. And if they want physically, they just got to throw some money down. And then I'm happy to do it.
True.
I give a great tugger.
Tug it, tug. Toot, toot. Tugboat. Best boat.
Yeah. Best boat.
In terms of names, that's the best.
Yeah.
Cruise liner, boring. Say that again?
Did you want to be a tugboat captain when you were little?
Man,
who doesn't want to be a tugboat captain now? Just throw it all away, marry a life to the sea.
Yeah, or the canal or the Ohio River. What do you think? People that are tugboating on the Ohio with those big ass barges that go through Cincinnati, are those guys always just going up and down the Ohio and the Mississippi? You think they're going all over the place wherever they're needed? What do you think that situation's like?
I think they're traveling men. They're wise sea captains. They
don't even have a license. They're just like, I need to get down to New Orleans, and they're going to pay me to do this. So
whatever, hop aboard my cigarette boat. Let's get to New Orleans.
Escape to New Orleans. Man.
Yeah.
New Orleans. What a town.
You've been there, right?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
Yeah. I only went there once for Jazz Fest.
Yes.
But it was still a great time.
Was it insane down there for I guess they've got festivals and shit going on all the time. So they're like
right?
They're well equipped for huge massive arrivals of humans, not so much huge massive arrivals of seawater, but you got to get one or the other, and the other is more economically feasible for the billionaires.
Yeah.
Easy to control tourism.
Yeah. You're in a bubble. down in New Orleans. What do you
I
think?
do love New Orleans though. It's like a different. It is like a different. It's not like any other city that I've been to. You know, it definitely doesn't feel
Yeah.
like the United States.
Yeah, it's a wild party time.
Yeah.
Perfect for
Music
me. I
in the
think if
street.
I lived down there, I would be dead though.
Yeah, it's not a place that I could like actually live.
Yeah. Godspeed if you can.
My friend lives down there. That's why I was down there most recently for his wedding. He's been down there since for a long time, so
Yeah.
got to go visit him more because it's only like 6.5 hours from Atlanta. It's
Yeah.
that's easy. That's as close as Cincinnati.
Yeah, dude.
It's closer.
Really? Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Yeah.
Gotta
it's
go.
New Orleans. Get that cigarette boat out.
Yeah,
Driving
ride
all
down the
the way.
Chattahoochee to the Gulf. Get yourself over
Yeah.
to the Bayou.
Jambalaya.
Crawfish paella.
What do you think all those girl gone wild girls are doing now?
Teaching, probably.
Teaching? Yeah, what are they teaching? They're teaching history, they're teaching
They're teaching, I don't know, animal husbandry
Yeah.
because they got the milk. Or
I don't know. I just remember those were so popular. Watching random girls just show their boobies, and then you're like, yeah, this is porn.
Dude, I have this happen with other things. I've had it happen with music. I've had it happen with the podcast. But the first time I remember it happening was with a Girls Gone Wild video infomercial, like late night
Yeah.
Comedy Central. I fell asleep on the couch, had some looping dream where the same words were being said over and over again. And I wake up and those same words are happening on the TV, and it's a Girls Gone Wild infomercial that's playing on a loop. And I was having a dream where all of the dialogue was like the monologue of the commercial. And I'm like, why is this dude obsessed with like young teens showing their chests or whatever
Yeah.
stupid phrasing they were using?
Yeah, yeah.
You ever had that? Is that just
sorry,
something that happens to me?
Yeah. Do you remember when Doug Stanhope did the Girls Gone Wild? I still want to get that. I want to find that. That has to be out there somewhere.
There must be. I remember the infomercial specifically. Show us where babies feed. Was that a good Stanhope? It wasn't a good Stanhope, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
So that was before I knew who Stanhope was.
Oh, I knew him because of like Insomniac and stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember him just being on there and being like, you ever see Rudy? I'm like, Rudy, I'm just a little guy trying to get girls to show their chest.
And my brother died in the steel mill. Also, that.
Yeah.
Or whatever happens in that movie. His brother, his dad, I don't remember. I think it's his
I
brother.
don't know. No, they just want him to work in the steel mill. And he's like, I want to play football. And they're like, shut up, idiot.
Shut up, you idiot. You're 5'2", 100 pounds. You're never going to be anything, you loser.
Yeah, just work in the steel mill.
And now he's just been cursed with a life of being at every Notre Dame game, which maybe that's what he wanted. I guess that's what he wanted, so he got it. Reach for the stars.
Why not?
End up in the cheering section of the Notre Dame football stadium.
Notre Dame's great because God favors them, right? That's what Catholics believe.
I mean, if Catholics believe that, there's no way they believe that because they lose a lot. They lose quite often.
Man, did you not know Notre Dame is a huge Catholic school? And they have a picture of Jesus on their building, and then in South Bend, Indiana.
Never heard of it.
All right.
Who's Jesus?
Well, Jesus is the guy.
Jesus who?
Himself for
Of Nazareth?
of Nazareth. Yeah,
Oh, that guy.
that
Okay.
dude.
I remember him.
I think he wrote a book or something. I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I don't read.
Can't read. I'm the cool ignoramus. I don't.
You definitely are an anus.
I don't want to read. Oh, I thought about this horrific thought.
Horrific thought.
Horrific.
Horror?
I mean, as horrific as it is, it's also kind of funny. That's why I was gonna bring it up. I
It
think.
better be, John.
What if there was a school shooter that shot up an adult learning annex?
But it's like a middle school kid.
Yeah, it's a medical kid taking out adults trying to better themselves.
Well, I mean, if you can make it work, it could be a sketch,
Why not?
or you can do it on
Sketch or-
stage. I like it. I like it as a concept. I think it's got legs unless they get blown off.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what would be the worst school shooting you could hear about? And I was just like, probably at an adult learning annex where they're just like finally trying to learn how to read after like 35 years, and somebody bursts in and he's just like, "Fuck school, fuck you, teachers."
Just adults trying to get their GEDs. Like, oh no. There was apparently a mass shooting yesterday in Austin or
Yeah, I saw
Friday or
that.
something. I didn't look into it. I just heard that it was happening.
I heard like 13 injured or dead.
Yeah, I did hear that nobody died, which is
Oh,
like,
nobody died. Okay, I saw 13 injured. So I was like, damn.
mass shooting happening in Austin. The Rogan fans have arrived. Am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an easy joke. An easy joke that some neolib probably would have made. But I wouldn't make that joke because I listen to Joe Rogan sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. I mean, I'm a stan. I stand for him. I stand hope. I stand. The good man show.
Yeah,
Rogan
the
and
Real
Stanhope.
Man Show.
The real
Dude,
man
I heard-
show.
Okay, so speaking of the man show, I heard this guy the other night he was outside a comedy show, happening at a bar. So whatever. I mean, you can't pick your audience, but he was like,
I
"Oh
mean-
man, don't give me that liberal bullshit." And I'm like, "Oh."
Do you know what he was responding to?
No, he was just so one of his friends was talking to him, and he's just like, "Oh man, that's fake." And I'm like, "All right, whatever." But he keeps going on, and he actually does make a good point because he was like, "Man, that Jimmy Kimmel's now all about cancel culture." And it's like, dude, you used to have women just jiggling their tits on your screen,
Yeah, dude.
on your show, and now you're all about women equality.
Well, did he really say that?
Yeah. And I was like, man,
I mean-
that's actually a pretty fair point. Like Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, he's lamenting the life that he once lived, the life that gave him the job that he has now.
Yeah.
So don't bite the hand that feeds, Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
But no, he definitely does have he kind of sucks. He does kind of suck. And it is funny that he like had the most sexist show ever, and that's like what got him his big break.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm crying because my kid is dying or whatever. And then now that Biden's president, I don't say anything about healthcare.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, right? We got a
But-
liberal in the White House.
That's right. And he's been having like James Adomian on to do sketches, which James Adomian is amazing, and he hasn't gotten a lot of like he doesn't get a lot of like recognition in
Oh,
the
yeah.
business on TV.
No.
And he should. So like that's all. He had somebody else on recently too, where I was like, damn, that's awesome that they're on Jimmy Kimmel. So
Didn't James Domian wasn't he one of the Bernie versus Trump guys?
yes, he was Bernie.
Yeah, he was Bernie, right? Yeah.
Yep. Bernie from Bernie versus Trump, and then he did the president show as Bernie, several times.
Yeah.
But he's done. I mean, he's known for his impressions, but he's like really fucking good at impressions. And they're like the impressions are like deep, like gets into their psyche, and like it's very, very fucking good, and it's very funny. But he was doing like the My Pillow guy on Jimmy
nice.
Kimmel.
That's
And he
funny.
does a great My Pillow guy, does a great Alex Jones, Does a great Jesse Ventura. He's the shit. And he's a Bernie bro. Full leftist, probably communist. So
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, James
Yeah.
Adomian.
James Adomian gets the soup for my family. Thumbs up of a
2 thumbs up. But they're commie thumbs, so whatever that's worth in your economy, I don't know what.
All right, how about this?
Is that
2
worth a
fists
coup?
up.
2 fists up your ass.
Yeah.
'Cause it's Pride Month.
That's the future the liberals want.
That's right. It's the future the leftists want too.
Yeah. I mean, we all kind of want a nice fisting.
Stretch me out a little bit first. I want to make sure that it's pleasurable for me.
First. You gotta cone it first, and then you go up, and then bam,
and then spread it out and kind of stretch it.
Spread it out, gape it,
Test its durability. You know, the human body is a wonder, and if it fails, then it's okay. It was meant to be.
That's devoted to science. That's for science. You ever think of yourself as a scientist?
Every day of my life.
Yeah, man, I do.
Because I don't believe myself.
I'm like, what would happen if I got even higher?
What if I was the same as I am, but more full of shit? Because I'm a scientist. Oh, wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Wear 2 masks. Now don't wear a mask anymore. I'm a scientist.
Always presenting new data. Fuck that.
Always being willing to say I was wrong before. Ugh, gross. Science. Seeking the truth. Ugh, yuck.
Yeah.
What about my
Figure
feelies?
out what's wrong with me? Fuck you. I know what's wrong with me.
And it doesn't matter what is wrong. It's not getting fixed.
It's not getting fixed because it's Pride Month, baby.
It's a party until the end.
Yeah.
Can't get anything done until then.
Not doing it.
Boom.
Boom, baby. You got it. Okay. What was I gonna bring? Oh, fuck me. John, please fuck me.
I will.
Thank
I can
you.
talk. I can
Fucking
talk more.
what?
I can talk more comedy shit. I don't know. The thing is, a few people have told me that they listen. They don't really comment on what it is that we talk about. They just say, "Hey, I listen."
Thank you for that.
So I don't really get any kind of indication what they want to hear about. Not that it should matter, because it should be about what we want to hear about, John.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I want to talk about.
I want to hear it.
Because it is Pride Month, for the LGBTQIA plus community, I would just like to go on record saying, I wish I was gay. Well,
You're going to have to elaborate.
Let me explain that. I think if I could be gay, a lot more things, or if I was born gay, a lot of things would be simpler. Because then, well, here's how I also imagine this scenario is happening. You're also gay. You, John Shrek, are also gay, and then we just fall in love, and then we can just be best friends and fuck each other.
Yeah,
that's what I think would simplify things if I was gay. Is if there was
but not anybody else, right? Like you wouldn't want to be with anybody else. Like it would only be easier if it was me.
Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna
be. Not like one of your other close friends.
No,
that's not
you're all ugly.
That's not true. Just me. Okay.
Just you. You're the pretty one.
Well, it's a pride miracle because I feel the same way about you, John.
It's a pride miracle.
You know, the British, to celebrate Christmas, they have their Christmas crackers, and in the UK for Pride, they have their Christmas poppers, or their Pride. Damn it, their Pride poppers.
There you go. Christmas crackers and Pride poppers. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, is that like a John Popper?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you fucker! You goddamn too young bitch.
I didn't mean to step on the joke, but I just don't.
No, you don't know who John Popper is. He was the lead singer of Blues Travelers. If you've ever heard of that band.
Yeah. Run Around.
Run Around. There you go.
The Hook, Brings Me Back. Those two.
Hell yeah.
A meta song about pop songs. I mean, that's peak musician. I love it.
Dude. He used to be like 400 pounds or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know John Mayhew used to have a joke about how people would call him the lead singer of Blues Traveler and how he hated him.
That's right. I remember John Mayhew.
So that's just who I think of. I don't know what that guy even looks like, but I just think John Mayhew. It's him.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Mayhew.
Shout out to John, another John.
There's not enough.
So
I was talking to another guy named John here in Atlanta, and I made some joke. I was like, "Oh yeah, just say the name John, and you'll probably get it." Like they were talking to somebody else. I was like, "What's your name again?" John. Yeah, just say John. You'll probably nail it because there's so many Johns. And then the other John was like, "Yeah, actually, we might be the only two Johns in Atlanta, like in the Atlanta comedy." I'm like, "Really? That's wild."
That is wild. Up in Cincinnati, we had like I think 8 at one point or something like that.
Probably, but everyone just goes. I mean, so many people just go by their last name, so it's like, makes it easy. That's how it was in high school. Like there was like 4 or 5 Johns in my high school, and we were all buying whores.
What was that?
We were all buying whores because that's what a John is.
Buying whores. All right, I thought you said you were buying a horse, like
Oh yeah,
like some dope smack. Yeah,
you know it. Right there. Put it in me.
Put it in me, daddy. Dope smack. I like that term. I like that better than God smack. Stop that. What are you doing?
Fucking around, trying to fuck you up.
Yeah, you are. Trying to distract me.
That's right.
Distract from my beautiful hatred of God smack.
God smack.
Yeah.
I heard the name of that band before I ever heard the band, and I was like, that band's probably hardcore. And then you hear it, you're like,
yeah.
Okay.
You're just
like adult alternative. Like this is God's. This is smacking God in the face. It's like, give me some screaming.
Yeah.
That's what God hates.
Give me some screamo, bitches.
Yeah. Lamb of God. That's what I want.
Yeah. All those religious, I'm sure you do. All those religious bands in the early aughts.
Reliant K.
Yeah,
Simple.
yeah.
Switchfoot.
Stained.
Was Stained Christian? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they not explicitly Christian, but they were like Christian adjacent.
But they were parental guidance.
Yeah. But
explicit content.
Yeah. I don't think were they? I remember hearing some of their songs and being like, this feels pretty preachy.
This feels a little Christy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creed, of course. They were the biggest one.
What?
Creed?
Oh yeah, Creed. They
played Woodstock.
Ooh, buddy, yeah. Creed at Woodstock 99. Ooh, that was a disaster.
And that's that in my opinion, their set was the real disaster at Woodstock 99.
That's what caused everything to happen. No, I mean it was all like screamo. And can you name an emo band that was all Christian?
Devil Wears Prada out of Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yes. I actually listen to them a lot. The thing about screamo shit is you don't know any of the lyrics. It's just like, I can't do it loud because even that hurts my throat.
Dude, I don't know how they do it.
But I started listening to that like when I was working out, and it's great for working out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I liked the fucking the fucking double bass shit.
Yeah.
And apparently they were singing about Christ and how he's risen for like 8 albums. And all of their album art looks like devil shit, but they're literally like a Christian band.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And they're called Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, they're probably like, you whores that wear Prada, harlots, you will kneel before the Lord Christ all the time. For eternity.
That is such a funny, like, there's a lot of like genres that seem funny for Christian, like Christianization. Screamo being the top one. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've also heard of a death metal Christian band.
well, okay, so like Devil Wears Prada is kind of like, it's more
Yeah,
death
yeah.
metal-y than Screamo.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. What's up with Slayer? Don't they have some kind of religious
they're
affiliation, or they're like totally anti?
no anti.
Okay, maybe Lamb of
Believe
God
so.
is what I'm thinking of then.
That's honestly like the one genre of music I really don't like
Yeah,
is like death metal
I've
kind of shit.
I never got super into it, but like I said, that one band, the Devil Wears Prada, for some reason, like it
Yeah.
resonated with me, like sound, like just audibly, like I liked that. But I never like got into any other bands even close to that.
So yeah, like I never really got into like Slayer or Megadeth.
Yeah,
Those aren't even like considered death metal anymore. They're just like Cannibal Corpse is like a death metal
dad
band.
rock.
Yeah. Megadeth, they're just like, oh, you listen to Judas Priest, old man? It's like, dude, that's still like heavy shit.
I feel like I just keep talking comedy, but I did so much comedy this past like week, 2 weeks. It's been amazing.
Yeah, dude.
I did like 7 sets this past week.
Woo.
Not what, none of them was stellar, but I did the Laughing Skull for the first time since I moved down
how
here.
was that?
It was good. It was I felt like mediocre about my set.
Yeah.
And then a guy, brand new comic, so like most of his experience with comedy is good comedy because he just watches comedy, right? Like Bill Burr and shit. He told me I crushed, and that really filled my cup up, John, because I felt pretty mediocre about this. It was fine. Like it went fine.
Yeah.
So it was only a 4-minute set. I did my vegan shit, and then I closed with the Xanax bit that I've been doing.
Oh, I don't
And
know.
I've been opening with the dog Xanax. That's what I opened with.
Oh,
at
the
Chameleon.
dog Xanax. Yes.
I've been opening with that, and it gets like, sometimes it gets a great reaction, sometimes it gets a medium reaction.
Yeah.
But I closed with it after the vegan stuff kind of going weird because I kind of stumbled over a couple things.
Yeah.
I did that Xanax bit, and it fucking popped harder than it has in a long time, and I was like,
nice.
thank God for that, because it ended up with we had a nice strong end, and it felt great, man. It's
Good.
like it was a great example of like I literally have never done that bit last or even after the vegan thing, which I've been doing it the opposite really for most of the time that I've done like 4-minute sets the past few months, and it just hit. I was like, I guess I got to do it in that order now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's such the weird thing about. Another weird thing about comedy is just how like you can have jokes that don't work in this order,
Yeah.
but then have a killer set if you reorder those jokes.
Right. Yeah, I just thought about this, like to have a bit. I mean, I know that I'm making fun of like that I'm not actually vegan, but to have a whole bit about veganism and then be like, by the way, I'm on Xanax. Maybe there's a funny play with that. I don't know.
Maybe, but maybe it's just that joke after they've gotten to know you, especially with the vegan joke beforehand.
Right.
Because you're making fun of yourself and being kind of a smarmy asshole like you are.
Yep.
And then you reveal yourself to be that asshole, and then when you say you're also taking dog Xanax or whatever,
they're like, that explains it. All right.
Yeah. But I would also just try throwing that joke up with just other jokes beforehand. See if or it might be that it's just too much to intake at the beginning.
It might be because in my mind I was like, it's so goofy that like I'm clearly joking, but maybe not. But it's
some people might not understand.
Yeah,
like, it's a big room. People aren't going to understand that you're joking. You might find some people who are like offended, not offended, but like oh my
taking
god,
drugs. This guy's on drugs.
Like it just sets off the wrong mood.
Yeah, no, that's legit. So like, I am going to try it. Like I'm going to put it later because I don't need to open with it. the vegan thing, if I can open with that, it has punches right up top. Like I got punches within 10 seconds. So, yeah, so that was cool. And it went like I said, it went fine. I met a comedian there. She moved. I don't know if she did comedy in Cincinnati, but she said she's been in Atlanta for like 7 years, and she's from Cincinnati. She's a black chick. Her name's Flo So Amazing. I'd never seen her before.
Flow So Amazing. I remember
I've-
Flow. Or I remember
you-
seeing the name Flow So Amazing. On
Yeah,
some
so I was
here.
okay. So I'm glad because I was like when I heard the name, I was like, I feel like I've seen that on Facebook or something. So I probably have, but I don't think our paths ever crossed.
No,
but
I've
it was
never
cool
done a
to-
show with her that I can think of.
It was cool to run into someone from Cincinnati who I had no fucking idea that they were from Cincinnati, and they've been like in Atlanta for a while. And she fucking crushed. She was hilarious.
Yeah, good.
And it was great. It was so cool.
Nice. Flow So Amazing. Yeah. I know Flow. Or I'm not like no.
You know Flo.
I
You
know
the name.
Flow.
You know the name. And now we're friends on Insta, so we'll come back and do a tour.
Yeah.
We'll do a tour in Cincinnati. Me and Flo, the ATL Cincy crew.
Yeah. Get them all. Grab Sally if she wants.
Oh yeah, Sally, of course. I haven't seen Sally around yet. Like we haven't. That's how big the scene is that we've not crossed paths yet.
No offense, but she's doing good shows.
That's true. But I go hang out at good shows too. But
do you?
I think she's only started going around to stuff more recently.
Yeah, it's just recently
I started.
She's been back at it, I think.
Yeah.
But you should definitely, call up Sally, see what's going on.
No, I mean we chat. She talked me up.
Okay.
She talked me up again recently on her Insta story. So I think
nice.
that led to me getting booked a couple times. I think no dates set yet, but a few friend requests and at least one message about doing a show next month. So
nice,
cool, hell yeah.
Andy Sanford's back in Atlanta.
Yes,
remember
he is.
Andy? Yeah.
I don't think I ever met him in Cincinnati. I saw him, but like we never chatted. I've seen him around a few times.
Yeah, I hosted for my Go Bananas, so that's how we know each other.
No big deal. We just worked together.
Yeah.
Professionally.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's been through a lot of shit during COVID.
Yeah, he talks about it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's wild, but he's a good dude.
It's intense. There's a lot of cool fucking people down here, man. I'm having fun.
Have you even like reached out to like Gilbert or anybody?
I don't know Gilbert either.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah. All right.
We've talked. I don't know if it's been on or off mic, but we've talked about a few of these guys already.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I have some connects down here, and I've made quite a few since I moved down. But it's just kind of a slow process.
Good. I'm not saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like.
No, I know.
To be like, yeah, you got to get it now. Go.
Yeah, no,
get on your phone now.
I definitely can't complain. Like I've gotten some cool opportunity.
I'm happy.
I got to do a show last night, like impromptu. Joe Pettis posted about it. It's like a wrestling themed show tonight. We need someone else. And I just responded and ended up hanging out. It was, again, not for a lot of people, but it was in a backyard. It was fun.
Yeah,
free drinks.
Shit.
Fucking fun ass hang.
Dude, I saw his pics of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Had
cool.
a swimming pool full of Miller Lights.
Yes. Miller Lights, 2 White Claws, and 2 Bud Lights. And they were warm, John. They were warm, and I had one.
Dude, are you expecting a backyard wrestling / comedy show to have like a nice charcuterie board?
There was no actual wrestling, but they had a nice setup, man. It was they were like definitely over prepared for the amount of people that were there, which is an ideal situation to be in. Like better to be over prepared. Yeah. But they had cold drinks too. But they had a pool full of beers for the neighbors who never ended up coming over to the show. We get there and there's like a party going on next door. There's probably 15, 20 people. They're like in an above ground pool and hanging out on a patio. They're like, we're coming to the comedy show. And then the comedy show started and not one of them came over. Classic. Yeah, I mean, that's just classic for comedy for sure.
Classic comedy. What did I do?
It was a blast.
What did I do for comedy this week? I did some open mics. I don't think I really went to shows. I wasn't on any shows.
Yeah, I mean, every show that I did was an open mic or a glorified open mic, more or less, you know.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I
Yeah,
loved it.
dude. That's people have been asking me about there. They're like, they say with concern, right?
It's like, is Shrek okay?
Yeah, no, exactly. They're like, well, they don't say is he okay. They go, oh, they're like, is Shrek still here? I'll be like, no, he moved down to Atlanta, and they'll be like, oh, how's he doing? They'll just be like, how's he doing?
That's funny.
I'm like,
People
he's
don't check
okay.
the.
He's getting up. I mean, it's. I always explain to them. I'm like, it's hard to be a transplant, but he's still getting back up. He's still making it work down there, slowly but surely. He's gonna be fine.
Well, I hope they all die for having any
Yeah.
sort of any sort of doubts about me. Do they even know me? Clearly not.
No, they don't. Nobody
Clearly
does
not.
but me, lover.
That's right. And I've certainly cultivated a presence that's not been very open to people or new people, or
Yeah.
I've kept myself pretty closed off and strictly bomb at any show that I've done the past 3 years or so. So, like, I get it. People are they're like, why is that guy even hanging out anymore? Does he even care?
Does he even care? That's the question I ask myself every morning when I wake up. Do I even care about this?
What are we doing? What are we doing
What,
here?
what are
What's
we
going on?
doing? Not getting out of bed. What are we doing?
But Blake did give me the compliment of compliments for me, because I have
Yeah.
felt so like, I don't even know how I've felt about comedy the past few years. I haven't hated it, but I've definitely not
Yeah.
had like a healthy or positive relationship with it for a few years now. And I feel like I've rounded a corner. And Blake said that like my vibe on stage at the Chameleon shows, especially the early show, was like when he started. He's like, you were loose and just didn't give a fuck
Yeah,
in a
dude.
way that you were like when I started coming around. I was like, thank God, because that's where I've been trying to get back to 6 years ago for a long time, and
Oh,
it's
dude.
taken a lot, man. Turns out I just need to bomb a lot. It's required. I need to go to shows where I don't do well, and I need to feel fucking hungry and
Yeah.
not just be like, I deserve to be on shows and no one's booking me. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. I understand that. But I mean, yeah, dude. Also, I've been trying to get back to 6 years ago. You had heat when you were what, 5 years in?
Yeah, probably something like
Man,
that.
I had
Back when I
heat
was
when I
getting
was
regular
like,
host work and
yeah,
got
oh
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
some
yeah.
road
I
work
had some
with
heat
John
back
again and
like
shit.
7 years ago, and I'm still trying to reclaim
Yeah.
that.
That's all we're trying. We're just trying to get back to. I see
Just chasing that dragon.
all these guys who are working at the Skull, who are like 4 or 5 years in, and they're like they're banging it. I'm like, that's what I want to get back to.
Yeah,
That's the
dude.
ideal spot. You still got that new person energy, but you're also like getting opportunities, and like that's where you get a
Yeah,
strike right then at that type of. So that's kind of another cool thing about starting in a new city, because you kind of have the ability to do that again. Because like I said, I'm hanging with guys who were doing it 3 months. Like
yeah,
I'm also
dude.
getting some other opportunities that those guys might not be, but I'm also doing the mics with them and like trying to grind it out with them, and like
Yeah, dude. That's
it's
what
a
you
new game,
do.
man. Starting over.
Starting all over again is gonna be rough, but you're gonna make it.
Yeah, that's the second time you sang that song on this podcast, John.
Buddy, I love that
Cheers.
song.
I love it too, especially when you sing it.
I often think about that song when after. All right, let's get graphic. You know how you shit and then you wipe if you don't have a bidet.
Okay. Okay, creep.
Okay, yeah. If you don't have a
Whatever you
bidet,
say.
start wiping, and then sometimes you have to shit after you wipe again,
Yes.
and that's what I sing to myself after I shit again and then start wiping again. I'm like starting all over again. It's gonna be rough. And that's it.
It's just gonna be
I'm
rough.
not gonna
You're not.
make it.
You might
My
not make it.
ass is raw.
Yeah. It's a little bit too much paper at once against the skin. You ever do that with a shower? You shit before the shower, and then you're like, gotta go again.
Gotta go again. Damn.
Now
Get
your
out of
cheeks
the
are all
shower.
wet, and wiping is a nightmare.
Yeah, dude. That's why I always shit in the shower.
Why not?
Every day.
Why not? You shower every day, or you just shit in the shower every day.
I shit in the shower every day. I don't
When Sarah
take
asks
showers every day. I take a
When
shower
Sarah asks,
but I'm shitting in the shower every day.
Sarah's like, "Did you do your shower today?" You're like, "I did.
I did.
In my own way, I did."
Now clean it up, Sarah. I think we're done. Where can we find you this upcoming week, John?
I don't want you to find me anywhere. Just find me on Instagram at ShrekJohn. I don't have anything booked this week, but I got booked on like 3 things during the week this past week, and that was cool. So maybe that'll happen again. I'm at ShrekJohn. Follow the podcast at Soup4Family on Instagram. Like, subscribe, 5 stars. You can find John Holmes at
John Holmes Lives.
You know it. It's on the screen. Maybe, if I wasn't lazy this week.
Let's figure out if we can do that again.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't care. I don't care. If we can, if we can't, we do.
Hey man, if
we
you
will.
Don't
if we don't,
that's
we never
fine.
have.
I don't want to be found.
Anyways, I guess that's it. We had a fun time, and I gotta pee. Later.
Soup for my
Bye
family.
bye.
Bye.
It's unbelievable.
How do I stop recording? There we go.